Ζεύς.
Γεια σας, είμαι ο Satyros.
Καλώς ορίσατε σε ένα ακόμα επεισόδιο του Aerosfairisi.Gr.
Και πάλι φέτος αφιέρωμα στις γυναίκες Aerosofter. Φέτος έχουμε καλεσμένες από όλο τον κόσμο.
Πάμε να δούμε την πρώτη μας ερώτηση.
Πες μας δύο λόγια για τον εαυτό σου.
Hi, my name's Amanda, aka Dollface, and I'm from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And my Instagram account is dollface_cc21.
Hi, I'm Brittany, aka callsign Bombshell. I'm from the United States. Started playing in Maryland, and now I'm playing in Texas. You can find me on Instagram, and I made it a little easier for you. That's my Instagram name. callsign_Bombshell.
Hi everyone, my name is Magdalena and I'm also known as polishairsoftgirl on Instagram.
Hi everyone in Airsoft community. My name is Sabrina and I'm coming from Greece. I am 23 years old and I am studying agriculture.
Hi, my name is Jen. I'm from Worcester in the United Kingdom. If you want to contact me, you can find me on Instagram at nextjengaming.
Πόσα χρόνια ασχολείσαι με το Airsoft?
I started my adventure in Airsoft in 2012.
So I've been playing for about 2.5 years now. My husband thought it was a great thing that we could do together as a hobby, and when he started Canadian Cartel, Dollface was born.
So, to recap, I started playing Airsoft in November of 2016. In April of 2017, I co-founded a team. Also in that time frame, I painted my first gun. Actually, 2 guns. In May of 2017, I started a live YouTube show. I was doing that 2 nights a week, and I got to talk and interview with some pretty cool people in the community, between patch companies, field owners, other players, male and female. My job with the show was to choose who was going to be our special guest. So every week I tried to have one, either a company or a male airsofter, and one female airsofter or female that had a great presence in the community, whether it was she was a field owner, or she was a company, or an airsoft photographer, or something of that sort. But I always tried to have a female there too, to prove that, you know, not just because I'm female and I want more girls, yay. No, it was to like open the eyes of all of the viewers that, you know, females do just as much. So then in September of 2017, kind of did an abrupt move, not planned at all. Moved from Maryland, which is in the northeast of the United States. Some of you will argue that it's not north. It's north. And moved down south. So now I live in Texas, and it is a major change. Totally different. Texas is kind of like its own country. It's nothing like everything else, so that's my timeline of Airsoft.
Well, I'm playing Airsoft the last 6 months. Not so often because I'm working and studying also. And I found it really interesting at the beginning, and through the months it's getting more and more fascinating because It has the team spirit, that feeling that you are killed, that you have to kill others, you have to help your partners, and also our plans, they're fascinating, and I really enjoyed.
So I've been doing airsoft now for about 6 months, I'd say, and it hasn't even been 6 months in a row, because I did actually take a couple of months off while I had a bit of a knee injury and I was having some problems with my gun, and I decided to have a rest over the kind of Christmassy period. So my first game was September time last year, I think it was, and 2018 is going to be the year that I really focus on airsoft, and pretty much that is starting from March. And I cannot wait. There's so many places that I want to try, so many people that I want to meet, and Instagram and YouTube have been brilliant for that. So seriously, get on Instagram, get on YouTube. All you have to do is hashtag airsoft and straight away you're in with the community.
Ανήκει σε κάποιο σύλλογο ή ομάδα?
And I belong to a team, JATF.
I belong to Kalinos Airsoft team, which is called MAC. It's quite new. It's 1 year old, we can say. A lot of our members are men. We are only 2 women in my team. And my team is joking at me and called me Pink Panther.
So another question. Am I part of a team? In April 2017, I was one of the co-founders of Punisher Legion Airsoft. It started out as a team of, I think at the height of it, we had 12 to 13 players. We started that in Maryland. It's still a semi-functional team. Nowhere near what it used to be. Granted, we are only a year away from where it started, but there had been a lot of life changes that happened, and our team was still young. We had 3 of those teammates up and move halfway across the country. Actually, I think it was more than halfway, but we moved across the country. So the team lost 3 players. We also had a couple of players that were fresh out of high school and, went off to join the military, which, awesome, It's life, things happen, so you kind of got to roll with it. We did leave the Maryland team in the hands of one of our teammates that showed great initiative and was a true team player. And that's what I pushed hard for when we decided that, this team can still go on without us. For us to choose who the team went to and who would be left in charge was a big thing for me, that this teammate showed all the positivity that we wanted in our teammates. This player never showed any judgment against having female teammates, which was a big thing for me when it came down to accepting members into our team. Was, okay, I am a female, and we also have my daughter, who is actually a teammate. So you have to not have that discrimination against a female player. They also had to have the respect for young players. Because again, I had my daughter on the team. And she wasn't just on the team because she was my kid. She was on the team because she plays. And she loves airsoft. Come on. The 11-year-old girl held off 4 adult men at the end of one game. And she held her stance for a good 10 minutes before anybody could really get her. And this teammate had to, be able to take new players, male or female, young or old, under their wing and kind of help them out when they needed it. Because it's important to kind of, help each other out on that field. New players aren't necessarily bad players. They just don't know what's what yet. So yeah, having a team was great in Maryland. We did a lot of team events, because I was part of that airsoft show that was live. So when we went to an event, we usually had 2 of our teammates with us just to show support, which is awesome because you do get a great camaraderie with airsoft. And, having a team is great to do. Like, I didn't think I'd like being a part of a team, but, those will always be our guys. And, still keep in touch and everything, even though we are halfway across the country. I do have that intention on continuing with the team here in Texas. We're in the northwest part of Texas where there's not a whole lot of established airsoft. Basically in our area, it seems to be, we don't have any shops. We don't have any legit fields. So if you want to shop, you have to do it online, or you have to drive over an hour to get to a shop. So airsoft out here is a little more difficult and a totally different pace than what I was used to in Maryland. So hopefully once we get back into it, we can kind of bring that camaraderie. Still morning, still working on my coffee. We can bring that here and, kind of get that community here so that it can grow. So yeah, definitely Texas chapter to Punisher Legion in the future, I guess.
I am proudly part of Canadian Cartel, and I am the squad's medic, and Canadian Cartel was founded in 2015.
So at the minute, I'm actually not part of a team or a squad. For me right now, it's about meeting up with friends and playing different locations and improving myself as a player before I join a team. I mean, long-term goals, yes, definitely. I'd like to be part of a squad. I'd like to train with a squad. I'd like to go to different events as a unit. But right now, for me, I am still just kind of learning all the world that is airsoft. And I'm also meeting up with friends that I didn't even know did airsoft. So it's amazing putting a couple of pictures up on Instagram, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't realise you play. So yeah, there's quite a few people that I'm yet to meet up with, and hopefully that all starts this month.
Πες μας 2 λόγια για τον εξοπλισμό σου.
So I'm currently running 2 loadouts at the minute. One is based on more for woodland, and the other is for CQB sites. So my woodland loadout is pretty much camouflage. This is British MTP, which is very similar to multicam. In fact, this is my new backpack for multicam because my last all-day event, I kind of got a bit tired of running back to get my stuff because I didn't have a backpack. So I've invested in a new backpack, and this is multicam, and I just find that it matches so much. So there really isn't a difference between multicam and MTP. But that's one thing I would say is learn your camouflage before you order it online, because that could be kind of awkward if you order the wrong camouflage. In the back there is my black chest rig, that's for CQB, so it's got a few more pouches on it for like grenades and things like that. And then I've got my multicam chest rig there with just a few pouches around there, and I think I will actually get a belt because I want my pistol to come from my belt instead of a leg holster now. As far as guns go, I've only got, this is my, well, I've only got this one, this is my main one. This is the ASG M15 SIR, this is it's an AEG, and this was my first gun. I got it after about the third or fourth game I went to. It's very entry level, I know that, but it's good just to kind of get me going, and it's kind of given me that time to try and learn what I want from my main gun and what kind of style of gun I like. And it's a good entry level gun because it retails at about £150 and it comes with battery and charger. So once you've decided that you do want to start, I would probably say that bracket is where you want to start before you go crazy. Like, you don't want to just go in and spend all this money on a gun that you don't even know if you're going to like the style of it. You don't know if you like the stock, you don't know if you like the weight. So I would say the best thing to do is to hire a gun before, or just going into the shop that you're going to buy it from and try it, which I did with that one and I loved it. And as far as handguns go, I've got my Nighthawk Custom from Red Wolf Airsoft, and this one actually comes with a silencer, which is hilarious, because I must admit I don't use it with the silencer on, but I've got to show you with the silencer on because it is quite funny. And I think if I was going to do game days where it's like a themed game day, I would totally rock up with this because I think it looks cool. And it actually also comes with a rail at the bottom of it, so I can attach a torch or a laser to it. But I mean, how cool does that look?
So a little bit about my gear. My primary gun is my G&G Black Rose M4. It shoots 400 FPS. I also have a red dot on here, and I have upgraded to a torque motor. I do also have a custom WE pistol in pink, of course, and then I have a custom Kydex pistol holster made by Hero Tactical, and I also wear a custom mask made by one of my teammates with my Emerson helmet, and then also I like to rock my Armadillo bandana, and of course any accents of hot pink.
My main weapon is custom-made M4. In the past I was using longer rifles, but I decided that I want to have full mobility. As uniforms I'm using M81 and Marpat Woodland, and the rest of my equipment is mainly in Coyote Brown and Woodland. Of course, most of them are made in Poland.
So here's the part you guys are all gonna love. Me talking about my gear. I fail at this. I'm terrible. Don't ever come up to me and expect me to rattle off brand names and, you know, what version of things are. I have a bad memory as it is about normal things. I've actually been using note cards, so I know what I'm talking about in this. But anyway, I'm going to try my best, so bear with me. We'll start off with my gun. It is my personalized, custom, painted G&G SR XL. Yeah, I love this thing. This is my baby. Bunch of little upgrades here and there. Got my flashlight. I do need to do some work on this because a lot of parts aren't held on there really good. My foregrip likes to fall off a lot. Like so. Told you. Knew it was going to happen. I wear boots when I play. I cannot do the sneakers thing. It doesn't work for me. Some people do. I like a good pair of boots, so I know that I can step in mud, puddles, whatever, and not be stuck with that forever. So I got a nice pair of boots from Walmart. So those are what I wear. They have done me good so far, both indoor and outdoor. Back in Maryland, multicam, yes, I know you all love multicam, was the camo pattern to wear. Down here in Texas, the terrain is so much different. Definitely going to have to upgrade my camo because it's too green. A lot of it down here is brown. So I'm thinking that we're going to have to move to like a desert camo. But we'll see. Plate carrier. So I have a couple, well, I have 2 plate carriers. My first one that I ever bought was black. Not, by choice. It was because I'm a small frame girl. So, excuse me, finding a plate carrier that fits comfortably and was at our disposal at the time was very hard to do. I still have not found that perfect fit. I'd like to ideally one time move to a chest rig because I think that would be more comfortable for me in movement and not be so bulky. But for now, I wear the Lancer Tactical Assault plate carrier. There's a few things that I like and don't like about it, but it gets the job done and it fits the best out of what I am able to get. Plus, hey, cheap airsoft gear. So this is it. I am a Hello Kitty fan, so that's my one big girly thing that I do, I guess. I don't carry a whole ton of mags on me. I don't really like to spray BBs. I kind of fire when I need to. So usually I carry about 4 mags on a typical airsoft game day. Half of the time I will be giving away one of my mags to a teammate because they're out. I'm not an aggressive player, so it works out better that I have the spare ones and they can just, shout out, "Hey Bombshell, I need a mag," and there I am. Got all my packs. Actually, there's some smoke grenades in this one. I do love throwing smokes. Got my dump pouch. Yeah, so that is my plate carrier. Next up, the brain bucket, my helmet. Basically, a lot of people will tell me, "Oh, why do you have something red on your helmet? That's going to make you stand out." I'm a Hello Kitty fan. I have to have the Hello Kitty bow. That is my girly thing. Let me have it. Actually, the red bow does not make me stand out much more than your typical player. Same with my gun. A lot of people said, "Why did you paint it red? You'll never be able to play in a milsim event with a red gun." Actually, I have played outdoor games, long outdoor milsim type games, and it doesn't help them find me anymore. You would think, but it doesn't. The newest edition. I had gotten a cheap version of the GoPro. So I do now have camera in-game play capability. That's totally new to me, and the last time I played with this on here, yes, it's not mounted correctly, but it works. I kept forgetting to turn it on and off, or start it and stop it, so we got a lot of like crazy moments, which was fun. We got the Z-Tac comm set. I love it. I have terrible hearing after years of working in the nightlife. Lots of loud music constantly in bars, so it's one of those things that I love having the noise canceling, because then it helps me to easier focus on who's talking and if it's directed at something important. I hate the mic. I do want to change up to a throat mic eventually. Once we refigure the comm system on our gear. So yeah, that's it. And of course, always wear my lower face mesh. I can't do without it, because then I'm paranoid that I'm going to get shot in the face or the teeth. I don't want to lose teeth early on. So that is important. I'm a fan of full seal goggles. I don't like the little glasses style kind of things. I don't feel safe enough. While I have bad eyesight, should be wearing glasses, and the fogging in these really suck, it's still that level of comfort that I needed to be able to play, because I am actually afraid of everything under the sun. Brand, I'm not sure of. These were basically hand-me-down. Because Punisher, of course, has, all customized gear, so I got his old pair of goggles, and I love these a lot more than the pair that I originally had. So yeah, goggles.
Well, my airsoft equipment is not such a big deal yet, because I told you that I've been playing the last 6 months. So I just use a Mi-4 rifle and a Gandalf with gas, but I'm going to take soon another rifle, more attractive, with hollow, probably, and this.
Το μήνυμά σου ώστε να παροτρύνεις και άλλες γυναίκες στον κόσμο του Airsoft.
What would I say to women who want to or are in the sport? Basically, it's all about having fun. And, something I say a lot to people is, do you, boo-boo? So just get out there, be yourself, and have a fun time. Run with that positivity, because you'll always have that group wherever you are playing that's, the negative ones. You're not good enough. And that's male or female, You're always going to get that. But females tend to catch it a little more than most males do. We're kind of looked at as, the fragile little things that can't take hits or bust down a door, clear a room, or take out half of the opposing team or something. We can hold our own ground. And being a female player, just get out there and prove that to them. Heck, you might not be that, great player. I certainly wasn't. I'm still not. But just have fun with it. That's the important thing, is if you like it, keep going out, keep playing, keep learning, keep meeting new people. I mean, there's great people in the airsoft community. They might not be there in your town or your city or, where you play at. But a lot of it is social media based. So you can get to know those people. There are plenty of female airsofters out there that I look up to. You've got Unicorn Leah. I mean, she does so much for female airsofters. You've got P90 Girl. I mean, look at her. One of my favorites is Call Sign Harpy. She's pretty down to earth, and she's a tiny girl and is not afraid to run with a big gun. She's a force to be reckoned with, I think. And, every airsofter needs those idols to kind of push them to play where they want to play and, show them that it's okay to do something out of the norm. So just be comfortable in what you do and how you play. Have a good time with it, and don't let others bring you down. Take constructive criticism, but don't let them do it in a way that is demeaning to you or anything like that. If you're a hardcore player, go out there and show them that you are a hardcore player and you can do anything you want. So just have fun and keep it going and bring more women out to play. We need some girls out there. We definitely need more of a female the word I'm looking for. We need more females out there, because as it grows to be okay for females on the field, we'll start getting recognition from companies that will make the gear that we need, because our bodies are very different from men. There's so many times that I complain about my BDUs. Yes, they are military grade, surplus store, awesome, but they're very uncomfortable because we're not the same shape. So if we get more females out there to play, it becomes more comfortable for us to play. And I think the guys will start to realize we can do the same stuff. And we can be just as badass as they are. So we just got to prove it and keep a positive mindset about it.
Well, to all the ladies over there, my message is to take one rifle, one gun, wherever, and join an airsoft game. And I believe that only one game, it can definitely put in your mind to take quickly equipment, to get in one team. It's really fascinating, the airsoft games and the airsoft community. And it's really nice to join in one team and play with all the members for Sundays, Saturdays, for games in other towns. Also, it's really nice, the feeling that you have to kill someone, or you can be killed with just one shot, and it's fascinating when you have to save your partners, the team spirit which is around. And furthermore, if you like video games, it's one opportunity to live it for real. Personally, I play, so it's really nice to see how it is in the reality. And my message is to definitely go and do some airsoft, any girl, but just don't be so ladies on the woodland or at the war zone. So that was all from me, and I hope you enjoyed. And thanks to Aerosfairisi.
For all new female airsofters, I wish persistence in showing that we are not weaker gender in airsoft.
So my message to women thinking about starting airsoft is just do it. Just turn up, honestly. There is nothing to be scared of. My first game, I was quite lucky because one of my friends invited me, who was also starting with another friend who's quite experienced. And I was able to kind of join in on his second game, being my first game. Which, looking back on it now, I could have turned up to that day by myself. Like, no problems, because everyone is so friendly. If you want to try the sport and you want to play properly and you're really interested, you can just rock up at any place and they'll look after you, because that is the nature of airsoft. It's an honour game. It is filled with a community that are really passionate about what they do and the sport. So you could rock up and you could hire the equipment for the day. You don't have to fork out on all this equipment before you know if you're going to enjoy it or before you know what playstyle you're going to be. So for my advice to new women is to don't buy anything just yet. Hold off on that. You might want to buy some clothes that you're going to be comfortable in running around. That's fair enough. But I would hold off on the kit, because you can hire for your first few games. That's what I did. So I got to try a few guns before I knew what I wanted. And that's what I did. I think I hired for my first 4 games before I purchased a gun. And I think that would probably be my message to women, is just do it. Just go. You don't need to know anybody. In fact, if you go on Instagram, all you have to do is type in the hashtag airsoft and straight away you're in with everybody, because it's a very close community and so many people know each other and so many people game with each other. So just do it. Just don't worry about turning up. If you've got nobody else to go with, that can maybe seem a little daunting, but I would totally, if I could go back and do it, I would totally turn up on my own, because everybody was so friendly that day. The people that I hired the stuff from, they explained everything to me, and it was just so easy. So my advice to people starting, just do it. Just start. You're going to love it, I promise.
My message to new ladies out there is enjoy the game, have fun, and play like no one's watching. Happy Women's Day, ladies. Enjoy the pew-pew. Dollface out.
Άλλο ένα επεισόδιο του Aerosfairisi.Gr έφτασε στο τέλος του.
Μέχρι την επόμενη φορά τα λέμε στα παιδιά.